We got another video. This one is focused on XYNO. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but he is the top laner for Loud. He's actually the best top laner in CBLOL as far as what I've been told. And he's also a young prospect, which is always interesting. And he's playing Rek'Sai into Mbessa. It's like fine. I mean, Rek'Sai is basically a laning giant. I mean, that's where all the value comes from Rek'Sai. If you don't do well in lane, your champion is pretty useless for the rest of the game. So, you know, that's what he's got going for him. Most likely, looking at the matchups on bot side, I assume they're all pathing to bot, so it's going to be 1v1. So he has control of the lane. No pop-up. Little auto trade. Another W trade. Grasp. It's pretty chill. Lost a CS. Actually lost 2 CS technically, because I think he traded a grass proc for a minion. But this guy is only up 1, so it's not really that big of a deal. Pretty chill. Super chill. Another grass proc. He's big chillin'. He's not really taking any shit trades, and even if it is like sort of like a little bit of a heavy trade, obviously he's playing Rek'Sai, so he gets a lot of regen out of it. His bot lane just like 2v2 killed, so you know, as long as he plays his lane like fine, like they'll win in the current progression. I like that he never really goes for anything too extended. Unless the guy's like inting, you know? Alright, I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. That was probably like the first extended trade that even mattered. She goes full in and gets out right away, which is not half bad. But the thing is Rek'Sai is just like a stat stick, right? And so at the end of the day, it didn't really do anything. Annoying enough, and that's why Rek'Sai is just like that kind of champion. And he's just trying to farm grass stacks, and as long as he's not prone to being like too low to getting executed, like none of it really matters. So like you see, like she goes in and gets all this damage done, but it doesn't really change anything. So keep good CS, you know. Yes, the Zen could come up, but it would be terrible for him. Like you just can't break your clear to help out, especially when your bot lane's losing. Like it would be pretty much GG. So what this guy is like playing to do is, yes, he could pull the wave. Yes, he could create a situation like when he's getting this in, he could let it pull because Vi's playing on his side and let it be kind of be a gank situation. This guy's kind of low. Obviously the ball lane is just like playing to receive, whatever the case is. Is it worthwhile for him to let it pull and freeze it over the Mbessa? Oh, no, honestly, yeah, that probably would be a change in a way. See, he never gets too low when shoving. kind of gank. Otherwise, he could force Mbessa earlier base TP. Like, there's like a couple ways to think about it when looking into this situation. Because, like I said, if he pulls it here, you know, obviously, like, the Vi can gank, right? And so, like, she has to play a certain way. She might drop more CS. And that's kind of like why it would look better to do that. At the same time, you know, if he upkeeps the pressure by shoving permanently, he is able to farm grass stacks, right? Like, he's able to get more grass stacks, more, like, this, he's never gonna die in these situations. And so, like, this is, like, what he's aiming for, is to pull the Xin to him, and create a gank this way, which, if he does, it does waste his time, so they both have their merit. You know, like, it's not like one or the other is like drastically better than the other, but probably pulling it feels better. I mean, obviously he can do these trades to get her low and make her base, but like, that's pretty much how it's gonna happen anyways. He does hit 6, so she actually felt like she had the base after that, in case she just died straight up. So maybe the pushing was right. Is that Mbessa's fault for how the all-in went? I mean, he just kind of punished it well at 440. I mean, he's big chilling now. Now you can just perma shove. Does he know where enemy jungle is? Yeah, I mean, he knows enemy jungle was down here. And he could be padding up, but he also has a ward, so there's really no harm. He has flash. Really no way for him to die. But the way he plays it is he's not just like trying to E in, because if he E's in, she can just react and dip, and then he has nothing to pressure with. So that's why he never tunnels forward, despite like, oh, like, you know, I could try to play the fight. He's always waiting for her to make the mistake. Like, she just used W, so now she doesn't have a shield. Now she has no Q, and then he goes in because he doesn't have these spells, and he gets the trade. Dude, that is great to see. Showcases. Doesn't E unless that's wasted W. That was like, this is actually a really good example of doing things right. And then he eats the, like, he doesn't necessarily need the fruit, but he ate it just to deny it from her. Dude, same fucking thing. See, keep in mind, because she queued, so she wasted a little bit. And he's like, okay, I can definitely punish you off that. And he's just letting it just play out. And I'm gonna say right now, the best laners are typically the ones who, like, have the patience, right? Like, they play slower. And it does, okay, I don't want to say, like slower is bad, but slower just means, like, you're paying attention to spell usage. You're not using them, like, you're very purposeful on how you use them. So he has gained what? 2 plates. He's gained a 10 CS lead. I assume he's gonna start tanking, right? If he's, Dead. A little ballsy. I mean, she's pretty high HP still. And for how this game is going with how strong their bot lane is, personally, if I were them... I mean, they do have a very clear timer, though, from mid. I think he just needs to E4 now. I don't think they need this. I don't think they need Aurora. I think if he starts with his E and knocks her up, obviously she's gonna try to use her R, right? But I really think they just need to go now. I think they're just wasting way too much time waiting for her. Yeah, they should have just gone right away. I think he screwed this up. Waiting on mid, has reset anyways. Our turret. Yeah, I think he should have went first, and that would have made this a lot cleaner. Cause like them getting clipped by 2, that's pretty rough. Yeah, he doesn't need the base though. I mean, he can regen for sure. It's 1500. He does need a base with that though. Quite unfortunate. Okay, we need to address some of these traits now because like the trade needs to be good, but obviously once she gets like CD and everything, she can start like being more annoying. So he goes in because she just used her CDs, right? Can he do this a little bit better? It's so obnoxious. I mean, I feel like she has boots, so that's actually really the main reason why he couldn't find it. And at this point, he kind of needs to back off. Can't. So he does eat some damage. Obviously, he regens, so like... It's not like the worst. And so when he's looking at this trade here, I think his W was the mistake, right? I think this guy recognizes when he uses his W, it's on CD. He's not supposed to hit the minion. I don't think he's even supposed to use his W the way he did. I think he has to just have more patience, because... I mean, he goes back in his W. Oh, he just misses it. That's all it really is. I think he has to just play footsies here, and that's the main difference. It's not like GG per se, but like it would look really good if he did bait her Q out, and then he had his E up. But he kind of failed, so that... I mean, again, like, he regens a lot, but he is kind of losing out a little bit. He does get Titanic. Insta-base Titanic. This guy's trying to get Eclipse. So this is where he's strongest. He wants to fight hard, too, because he has the... What's it called? The TP shield. So that was good by him. Now she has Eclipse. Now we're gonna see how this goes. Oh, I mean, it's a great fight for him. I mean, like, there's literally 4 of them. These guys accept the 3v4. They get a bunch of CC on Ambessa before anything even happens. Kind of played that. Like, this is fine. This is right. All-in damage. Oh, he kind of, like, awkwardly went onto the right side of Xin versus just trusting he could full fight. So he should be a little bit on the left of Xin to be able to chase down better. But also, I guess technically if they're calling that Varus is coming, I guess they just are supposed to stop. Like, I mean, I don't know if that's the call out. I mean, he could have kept going, but obviously, you know, if they call Varus coming, like, it's kind of a dead play. So that's big for him. I mean, like, oh wow, he's just fucking with the Ahri right away too. I mean, I like it for sure. I definitely like it. She's also so like pretty close to no mana, so she's not gonna stay up here that long. So he could just ride this, and he should. Yeah, he definitely shouldn't base. Like, she's so low mana that he should just stay. I think gank him here. I mean, I guess the downfall is that his Vi needs a base. I don't think he's supposed to hit the turret. I think because it's Vi based, I think this is one of those cases where it's just to be like, don't hit the turret. Yeah. Well, he killed himself because of that, unfortunately. It is what it is. So now he has to recover. Then Bessa got to eat a bunch of plates and gold that he just shouldn't get. His Aurora's getting a free push on top side, which is like phenomenal. And he's just kind of big chilling. I mean, they're trying to get the matchups because they don't really want Rek'Sai into the Ahri. Like, he could chill down here, right? I guess because all these people are showing, she gets another wave shoved. In which case, he should be basing here. Or he could just walk. Or, I mean, opposite end of this, if she's doing another wave, he should be here. Yeah, so, okay, so that's a error on his part. Because he could have gotten that done already. So now they're a little behind. And then Bessa's actually able to get another wave over him because of that situation. And now they're contesting the mid. He wants to do another wave instead of just instantly going to here, which is correct. She dies, so now we're fully committing to this blue buff. For sure we're going for the blue buff. Or they're defending the bot turret, but I think the bot turret's like whatever, because it's like one plate. So him going deeper, again, is correct. For sure this is correct. Got some damage down. That's the best he can do. I mean, to be honest. After he dips... I mean, he needs to stick around still. I mean... He's not gonna base or do anything else. I mean, what he could do... Instead of initiating into this guy, he could just dip and E over the wall. But also, she wants to take the blue, so... Keeping an eye on Bessa is, like, fine. And he's not gonna go mid here. That wouldn't make any sense. He scouts out with his W. I mean, people are dying, whatever. These guys are going into the bot crab. He's going mid just to cover it, which I think is fine. I mean, these guys are definitely rolling down to kill the Aurora. That's for sure happening. Wow, I'm really surprised that's not what's happening here. Because, like, when this guy dies... Like, if I'm the Aurora, I'm definitely cheating for this. So, like, what happens if Xin just, like, runs down here still? Like, he could just be running down here the entire time. And she's kind of... Like, she's got to use her R to get out. Him covering mid, though. I mean, the guys are so low that I feel like maybe Sarah could have done this. Because ideally, he would have shoved out top. Shoving out top would have been, like, a far better situation for him. But sure. Doesn't happen. Alright. This guy gets a timer on mid, so they have to give up that. Now he's kind of scouting out for information. The Vi's going through bot. They're playing pretty aggro, but they're still not getting any... I mean, looking at this, is it actually worthwhile for them to go for another wave? I feel like I'd rather play on the mid wave, to be honest. Like, they could walk into this area now. Yeah, it does feel like that. They can't play on mid because they go into that extra wave on bot. And, like, he needs to recognize it. His duo lane needs to recognize it. His jungler needs to recognize it. It would just help the map. Wow, that sucks. Well, good thing he didn't go, though. Holy shit. Good thing he didn't go. Because the Ahri shoved out top. And then she's literally running to bot. Which I would not expect. I would not expect her to just base like that instantly and just go straight into bot. Unless, I guess, the drag is coming up. It's not. It's not for 130. So that's like kind of a surprising play. He's just getting a ton of farm. I mean, that's really what's happening in this game. He's just getting a ton of farm. But I do feel like he needs to go through mid here. Like, they already have good vision on bot river. They don't know that Ahri's showing here. They know that, like, them best to show top. So if the Ahri shows bot, you're going to get a mid wave over them, and then you can get vision for your Aurora. So I feel like this game is... Sorry about that, guys. I know this is an interruption, but my recording failed, and so I'm gonna restart from this point. And what I was talking about is he's having issues with his shifts, and I have completed this game already, but he's having issues with his shift. Now this one, he should go mid, because Ahri just showed, right? So he's thinking, oh, I'm gonna get a big timer if I, you know, do one more. But the reality is, if he goes mid now with his full team here, all CDs up, you know, they need to get this vision on top side. Like, it would help his team a ton. But he goes for an extra wave. You know, if the Ahri showed bot and he's here, they're diving mid. If Ahri doesn't show here, then it's just a 4v4 on mid. She's dropping CS. It's going to bounce back to him, and he's super happy. Like, this is how they should be playing the game. And, you know, the Vi doesn't need a base, by the way. The Vi has only 700 gold, so, like, this base is, like, a nothing base. She's only doing it because the Rek'Sai is pushing out bot. So, kind of misses out on there, and this game's going to progress the same way. I mean, this timer here, in which he loses his flash, this is, like, a super obvious timer for them to play on. Like, the Ahri's down here, no one's top, no one's showing on the vision here. They're not playing through mid to get the dragon, which is happening in what, 5 seconds? So he's kind of risking a lot by doing this, and yet his team's gonna do what? Play for their blue, I guess? Like, there isn't a ton of value in this, and if he dies, then they just kind of fully push out bot and get the dragon. It's pretty bad. The only response they would have is like trying to start the Baron and pulling them over, but I mean, they would still push out bot because the Ahri has TP. And if you look how this is played, I mean, she charms after this R, but he could have kept going. They have Ash Arrow, like, they're really strong too. Like, this guy should just be dead. He doesn't die. A Christmas miracle. Sure. Then we get into the next timer as we like expand this. And so they take drag because they use two ultis, right? So, okay, whatever. This next play, he's gonna push out this wave, right? And he's thinking like, oh, I could do another wave, like the Ahri is showing, I could get a big like boost. Their Aurora has a shift timer. They know they didn't go into bot side, so this is like safe for her to walk through. If they're going through mid now, there's a high chance they're playing for mid turret. And he should just be here. If he was here, they could not take this. If like Rek'Sai popped open here, I'm not walking up to this. He's gonna like engage on me. And also they have the Aurora TP. So like if they stayed doing this and Rek'Sai just pounced this way and Aurora's behind them, good luck. Like this is like just a wipe in Baron angle. Now, of course, if I show the actual vision, yeah, he's gonna run into wards and they'll probably run. But they should still look for it, irregardless. Like, just defend the one timer, nothing happens, then he can go back top. Or if nobody's touching top wave, it's actually fine to just let it be neutral, because in the end of the day, like, I'm still happy with that situation. But no, people die, shit happens. And then if I just let this progress, I mean, like, so like he TP'd behind, but the play already happened to mid and he dies, right? Then he revives, doesn't really get anything done. You know, like he's going top when, if you look at the map, he's scared of them shifting up, right? Because they just fogged on the top side. So he's kind of scared. You know, typically when this happens, he should be mid with the boys. If he's mid with the boys, they actually might be able to contest this, because what's the worst that's gonna happen? The Ahri's gonna TP, right? And they're gonna engage. But like at least if he's there, they might be able to play around it and at least like make things easier, because he's not doing anything top this entire time. Look at this. They literally can't even connect. Now, obviously, should the Ezreal die? Absolutely not. But because he should just be here, right? But irregardless, like, there's not really a lot of value of him being top. So that happens. Some shenanigans happens bot. This guy dies. They lose Baron. He's going to go top again. He's going to shove this out. Dragon's coming up. He has TP. And then he just randomly goes here. But here's the thing. There's something that's been happening in this game that he needs to start paying attention to, and none of them are doing it. And that is Kaze. If you notice what he's doing, look, he's on mid wave, right? He fogged into bot side. They might think he stayed on mid or playing into bot even further. What he's been doing in this game is he's been actually answering them, answering like what Rek'Sai is doing, and catching him out on surprise plays. And so he's not really thinking about like, oh, is Kaze gonna do this again? And he does. And they kill him. So that sucks. You let it progress more, you know, he's not really going to be able to do anything. I mean, he's playing Rek'Sai. If you're playing behind as the team against Rek'Sai, kind of sucks. Obviously, he gets a TP flank here, which does actually work out. So, like, that was his first fight, his actual first team fight in 30 minutes, for the most part. And that's crazy. But this is going to progress. And we're going to hit another moment here, right here, where he needs to make a decision from his deploy. Who has TP? Aurora. Baron's and 40. They are going to show on bot side to gain vision, right? He needs to make a decision on, should I go through bot? Should I go through mid? I should go through top. If they have no intention of touching the bot wave, he should just go through mid top and create a situation. But he doesn't. He goes through bot and he clears wards. And this makes you think, oh, so they're going to go through bot and clear the vision so Aurora can play into bot side. Nope. They're still playing on top side. So he's kind of just wasting time being on the right side. And then they actually end up getting played on, which thankfully nothing bad happens because like they used Astro in a weird way. But nothing bad happens. And yet that opportunity was created because of what he did and what his team did. And that's not very good at all. And then, okay, we get one more in a minute that I'm going to talk about before I just call it. He should stick around mid here. You know, his Vi's coming out from base. Again, it's fine if no one's touching the wave, right? There's no issue. And so what he's doing is correct, because like if you look at this, they don't know if the enemy is fogging, is like playing on the left or the right. So him being around mid is smart. But they need river vision. So why would he not just stick around mid and help get the vision, help keep the vision, and play 2 lanes if that's how these guys want to play? He doesn't. So he goes back bot. Then they get played on while contesting this because they know that the Rek'Sai is showing down here. And they have good engage to kind of fish. Dodges. Okay, but why walk back in, right? Obviously, it's on the Vi to not go back in. But it's the fact that there's just like a weird decision on everything that's happening here. Because if I do full vision, these guys have control, right? Like, the Xin is down here, which, to be honest, like, how much money does the Xin need? It gets him Maw. I wonder if that's worth it, because personally I feel like it's not. Because his whole team is ready to go. I think he should base after this, to be honest. Or even here. Honestly, he should just base here. If the Xin bases correctly, let's say he does, because Xin is like the whole reason why this is not nearly as bad. If the Xin doesn't base, the Xin is here, the Ashe is here, they're contesting mid, and they can play on anyone that pokes around, and this is like really fucking scary, by the way. Because again, on their map, they just don't know what the hell is going on. For the Varus, what does the Varus do? He has 1600 as well. He's trying to get Zhonya's. But to be honest, if he has this already, it doesn't matter. He should just base with Xin. And they're set. So they know he overstayed. I wonder if that's the reason why... Dude, if they know he overstayed, and they think he's gonna base... Yeah, Rek'Sai should definitely just go through mid. They could have just cleared this all out now. Uncontested. And this would have been really OP. Because they might have an idea that Varus might base. They might not know Xin would base, but they might know Varus bases. Well, like, obviously, you know, if this guy hits the Vi, like, holy shit, this is looking bad. And obviously, he does end up semi-inting in the end. And, like, I'm going to just stop there because it kind of just goes on repeat for the rest of the game. But my main point is that, yes, he needs to start moving for the team more in this game. Especially if he gets such good shifts and nobody's touching the waves. Like, it's good for him. And so now we can go on to the next game. Game 2, Sion versus Rumble. A lot of people just play tanks into Rumble that just kind of nullify what he does. Like, you just survive the lane, and then you're useful in fights. Like, that's what a lot of people aim for. Again, based on the ball lanes, there's going to be nobody coming top. The only time they're really coming top is, like, after, like, rounds 2. Maybe Jarvan's in 6, whatever the case is, and there's a free kill on Rumble for inting, yeah, he'll go for it. Other than that, pretty unlikely. So let's see how he plays it. So Rumble has E. Sion's just kind of big chillin'. Especially, like I said, if Rumble has E, then... Yeah, I mean, he's just farming. Sion's is farming. He can go for Q poke. Not much really to it, to be honest. he will get level 2 first. So that's why he's slowing it down, because he wants to see if he can make Rumble miss any CS, which he will use his W to block any last hits. And he did that mostly just to see if Rumble would step up, right? On the level 2 timer, and then maybe he can get some like damage down. I don't really have any issues with with what I'm seeing so far. Like, based on how the Rumble's playing and everything, all the Scion's looking to do is like pretty much perfect CS. I mean, he does need to be just a tad careful on some of these times. Like, when he does this, obviously he doesn't have his E. He just used his W. The Rumble doesn't have his E yet either. But in theory, the Rumble could just start running at him. Like, he'd have to play footsies a little bit. Like, especially for how this looks here. Yeah. This is actually pretty spooky on the Science part. Because the Rumble could just pop his shit. For sure he could. And try to like kind of create a situation. The only downside though is like obviously because of the way he moves and everything, if he did try to extend it, it'd be very brief, I guess. I mean, this costs what? 20 heat, so he could move forward with his Q, E, and then that would be it. Yeah, I mean, that'd probably just be it. I mean, if he tries to overheat, the Scion's gonna keep running. And then if you overheat, he's just gonna full Q charge you, E. It might not actually look that good for the Rumble, so... Didn't get punished just by a little bit, you know, not like the end of the world per se, right? Another case of, you know, he's just fishing for E, not like Scion's really gonna... Like, Scion just has a dodge, right? Not much to it. Rumble overheats now. Kind of sucks that he had to use both his E and his Q to get those last hits. No? Wouldn't it just been better? You should just use his Q. No? Or he just needs to wait for the minions because like, the minions are going to hit the right minion first. Just kind of let it stall out and then throw your E afterwards, get both. Like, because he does need to manage his mana a little bit. Like, he can't just, like, use it for fun. So this guy overheats, which gives Scion some power now. Nice, yeah, he's eating a lot of damage. So this is what I'm talking about. When it comes to like the mana usage, like he might have been able to stay in this lane a little bit longer than he did. Obviously he still got a good buy, so it's like not the end of the world. But it's definitely something you have to be like paying attention to that what you're doing. I mean, look at the damage that he got onto him here. Didn't hit his Q, that's fine. He's like looking for an EQ, right? So he's like, oh, okay, here we go. Oh, I got my W up, I'm gonna go fight him. Didn't really get anything done on that, and he still ate a bunch of damage, so that play in itself didn't really feel too particularly useful. That one doesn't feel as bad because, like, I mean, he put himself in a position where he has to kind of cover himself, so he has to use W, he has to use his Q, so even if he doesn't get damage on the Rumble there, per se, it's kind of necessary what he did. He's just trying to trim the wave so, like, the Rumble isn't gonna, like, sit on the, like, the tower as much, so, like, not, like, the worst. CSing under turret's pretty good by him. He's probably gonna have to use Scionar to get back to lane, based on how this is going. That's interesting. Why the hell did he do that? If the Rumble was gonna do that play, it would have made more sense to just equalize the wave. Yeah, so like obviously he Sayonara's the wave because his conditions were so bad that I figured at that point, like I already know what's gonna happen here. Now I'm a little concerned for him right now, just because, you know, he was playing Rek'Sai and the lane was going really well for him. But his mid-late decision-making was not great. He's playing Sion and he's losing lane. Like, yeah, technically he's losing lane. What is he gonna do to, like, make this game winnable? Because if he doesn't make the right, like, moves, it's not gonna be great. Like, you look at this case here when he looks for this trade. Obviously, he's just eating, like, the Q, right? When the Rumble goes in, I mean, obviously, like, the Rumble's, like, clearly running at him, so, like, he needs to give a little more space, whatever the case is. He dodges the Q. That's it. You're not going back in. Like, you're probably just waiting, right? This guy's gonna have his Q up first. You can test an auto, which doesn't really matter. And he probably should W sooner so he's not eating as much damage. Goes back in to eat even more damage, which for another auto, which, again, didn't really make any sense. I don't think he's really playing this the greatest. He does have Sayonara on this timer, but it is Yone who has Flash, so I highly doubt they would, like, transfer into anything, but he does need to keep, like, an eye out for plays down mid. And if the Jarvan ever wants to come top, like, you know, by all means, come top. I think what I'm going to write down, I'm not going to write anything specific on timers, but it's like, because his goal is to farm, get gold, get item to not die, and be even going into fights. I mean, like, that's really his main goal, right? But I think he also is contesting too many autos on waves after first base that leads to Rumble getting... And I think for this one, part of it is that he can't be fully zoned. I think that's how I'm gonna write it. I don't think some of the contests he does are actually smart. Even though I do know that players will contest waves, despite it possibly being a negative trade. Because, like, you want to bait them into shoving so it crashes, so maybe you feel safer. Whatever the case is. This game, I've had to put zero effort into thinking about jungle. Because none of the junglers are really focused on top at all. Like, none. So now he's using his another R to get in the top side, and he's gonna fast push the next wave, and he's gonna have a timer. And this Jarvan is gonna finish up here, which means he might have a chance to play on the Rumble, but it seems like he's not gonna take it because there's so much heavy focus on bot. So again, he's just kind of stuck fighting this, but he did get his first item. And it does lead to... Well, he doesn't really want to be in this matchup now. I mean, this is fucking shit. I mean, this is so bad for him. He needs... Dude. Okay, how do they deal with this situation? Because I feel like once... I feel like once Yone showed here and Sion has TP, Zoe's just looking to like fast push this bot. Like she did here. I mean, she could just base now. Sion could take this wave, base. You're gonna go behind on the Yone, but Sion can TP bot. Or even ulti bot. And you kind of need to make that swap because like he can't lane this. Oh my god, he actually killed him though. That's fucking nuts. Oh, come on. Are you shitting me? That's crazy. That's so stupid. Predict? Honestly, is it really a predict? He's literally, dude, he's literally holding the key. I mean, it's not even a predict. Oh my god, that's so stupid. But yeah, so like Envy is not helping in this situation at all. And so like he gets a really lucky break because now they just have to find where Rumble is gonna go, right? So Yone has TP still. And when is Drag? Drag's in 38, so Yone is most likely to go back top. Zoe does not have TP. He has to match back into it. Wow, he really has to match back into it. I like that he bought Tabbies though. That was smart. Like, he knows he's gonna fight Yone top, so let's at least make this manageable. Okay, this is gonna be a lot better. It's still not gonna be great, but it's gonna be better. Yeah, it's still gonna be quite ass. It's still gonna be quite terrible. And you know, if they know this is the case, by the way, because they know this guy's gonna come back top, I'm actually surprised that Jarvan doesn't just stay here. This would be a call out that, like, I feel like this would be so much better. I mean, they don't have ultis though. Ah, fuck, they don't have ultis. I mean, his ulti's almost up though. I think I would try for it, low key. Like, I mean, there is a lot of vision, which is annoying. Shit. I really would like to skip the drag. Honestly, I think it would be smart for them to skip the drag. Looking at this. Because if they can kill the Yone, they'll get a bunch of plates top. It's just second drag, so it's not the end of the world. And like your Sion's just gonna lose top. I mean, like they're ending up sending the Zoe top, and they still lost the drag. So obviously it was pretty terrible. Oh my god, does the Zoe show here? She did. Okay, I mean, no offense, but that was a terrible idea, and he shouldn't actually TP. Oh no. I mean, it doesn't happen, thankfully, but like if he TPs on this, Yone could have just gone here, by the way. I mean, like, there's no reason why he wouldn't. Because Zoe showed. So now they get a good matchup, which now he has R for mid-wave, which is great. Nothing happens. He does need to go back bot. I'm fine with him taking a timer to look one time. That's fine, right? I think Jarvan on 800 gold, I think he should stay. I don't think he should base. And I think the Renata should do a better job with her wards then. Oh, 100% she should. Okay, this is again another case where I find like the support is doing something weird. Because if they stay on the map, and they should, if the Sion... Actually, wait, is this already past the timer I'm looking at though? Because this is the timer I'm talking about. Right here. Rumble's showing a bot, but Yone can move. Nah. He actually should stay bot or play for vision. He shouldn't shift. If they showed top the way they did anyways, they're cheating the mid wave, so... And he doesn't need the full shift, and so he should actually be on bot again already. Because also, keep in mind, this is a timer where these guys could swap their lanes again. It's interesting that Red is not actually trying to find that swap at all and gain that edge, because there was like a few timers that have now poked out that could work. Okay, this obviously he wants to match into this. Like, he's dying for a fight. Nothing comes from it, so be it. He needs to move with the team and get vision, which would be correct. Renata doesn't have wards though, which kind of sucks. And now he's stuck against Yon. That sucks. Does have a little bit more armor though, so... I mean, to be honest, even though he has more armor, he still just takes a ton of damage. It doesn't really change anything. Now he's just stuck down here. Okay. This is bad. This is really bad. And he used his R to go for that, so he didn't really get any value from that. So, like, the only fighting look he has is like... Which, by the way, that's pretty bad as well. Like, he doesn't have his core CD to make an impact. I mean, him zoning's like fine, but that's all he can do. Is he playing this the best he can? Like, his team pulled it to the left. So his goal right now... Rumble's showing here, Lucian and Nami's here. He's just playing defense. He's an iron wall. Yon's on the right side. He's not covering that. Who covers that is... God, this is fucking weird. Mbessa, I guess. Mbessa should be hovering the right side. Mbessa's here. Callista should be here. Mbessa. Sion. Zoe. I think that's how they have to do it. So if the Young goes forward, then Mbessa's gonna look for her Q. I mean, the Young's gonna get a bunch of space, obviously. You know, that's like the biggest issue you're gonna have with this. But no one else can really do it. I mean, no one else can really do it. So, because if he goes bot, they have no interference here. So he's running interference. He's blocking this guy. So he's doing a good job. I mean, he's blocking 3 people. The Yone goes in, but the Zoe... What's the Zoe supposed to do? The Zoe's not supposed to abandon her position. She also should be throwing a bubble this way. She throws a bubble this way randomly. Renata doesn't even have R. I mean, this fight is already semi-cooked because the Renata doesn't even have her R. They're down some key CDs, so this fight's like going to be pretty awkward, especially when the enemy has ultis over them. So there's not really much for me to like look at for that fight, and I think generally this entire game is... I don't think there's anything for me to really assess after... Yeah, really to assess. I'll probably have to revisit some of these games eventually, but... I mean, he already knows, like... Dude, okay. I've seen enough. Alright, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. So... Look, he played 2... Like... 1 tank and then 1 bruiser slash tank, right? That's what he played. I mean, his laning was fine. I think, like, his Rek'Sai spell usage was generally good. and had patience to outtrade when it was good. Matchup got harder. Doing best of levels. Sion matchup. Again, like for this one, it's like some spell usage adjustments, but he did meet his goal to get first item without dying. Gave like 1 plate and would be able to maintain, right? That's a big thing. But it's the mid late that's killing him. It's shift timers, like when to boost mid waves, when to half shift back to lane. It's lane assignments for Sion game, like knowing how to ask and time swaps to avoid bad scenarios, calling to gank, trade out to help his lane as well. Which is true. You know, that was the case. And this, like, right now, he feels like the classic top laner who looks to lane and push waves, but cannot find timers to team fight, propel the game forward, showing impact. This is like a super classic thing to see out of young top laners. Like, I think Davost, watching him play, I think he was finding some timers to do stuff. It's just his execution was not great. For this guy, he's not even really getting in the situations and where he could be like impacting the game. Like if this was Keen, let's say it was Keen in this game. Keen in the Rek'Sai game would have just given infinite timers to his dual lane, and they would have and while staying catching every ball wave, and he would have just ran the game off that alone. And it would have been incredibly obnoxious for the enemy dual lane, because you're just like, I literally can never fight here. Like, their top laner is always here. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? That is the kind of game that this guy should have had. In his current state, like I said, this is only 2 games. I mean, you never make, like, too many judgments based off 2 games. This is just to get, like, a rough idea of him. And my rough idea is that, 1, yes, he will need to fortify some of his laning phase, just to make it even better, of course. But like the mid late thing is like the #1 thing he needs to work on, because if he gets that down, he's gonna look so good. Because I'm watching his counterpart laners. I mean, this guy's like okay, not like incredible. I saw like the other young top laner. I can't remember his name. It was like, I think it started with a C or something, maybe like Curly or something, but I didn't really think that guy was that great either, and yet those guys are winning. And so you need to find a way to stop that from happening, and those are the ways he does it. But all in all, it was interesting to watch him for sure. I mean, he obviously, like, they won, right? They won CBLOL. It went the first stand. I didn't really watch their games, so I mean, maybe I can't really backtrack it because like I don't have the right client patch to watch that patch. So that's why like I'm starting here versus like against BLG. But yeah, I mean, I look forward to seeing more of him in the future, I guess. Like, I mean, I definitely will have to watch more because I don't want to just base it off just these 2 games.